Okay, so today I was reflecting a bit on staying present, being present, and really why that's important for me and how that's really helped me in life. So, I was never really someone that would focus on being present. I wasn't really aware of the present moment the way I am aware of it now. But it really is a deep thing because if you think about it, time is a bit of an illusion, and in the way that we experience reality, it makes sense that we use time to plan and make sense of the world, but all we really have is the present moment. So the past no longer exists and the future does not yet exist. And so everything that is real is happening right now. And when we think about the future, we can think about and we can plan for the future, but we're only going to experience that future event when it arrives in our present moment. The most impactful book that I've read about the present moment is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. So that book is very, very intense. It's very insightful. It is very eye-opening, and it was a bit of a shock for me when I read it. I was like, it was all new concepts to me. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of the time we spend our energy, we spend our attention focused on time instead of being focused in the present moment. So it's very easy to get caught up in, memories of the past, or, regrets, mistakes that you've made, or things that have happened to you. It gets very easy to get wrapped up in your past pain. And similarly, it's very easy to get wrapped up in the future and the fear and anxiety of the future and trying to make things happen a certain way, or worrying that certain things are going to happen. We can't control either of those things. So the past, the things that have happened, they've happened, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do to change what has already happened. We can change our interpretation of it, we can change the meaning that we give that event, but we can't go back in time to actually change that event. You're wasting your time and you're wasting your energy if you're solely focused on the past or solely focused on the future. And then what happens is you're spending your time and your resources focused on something that isn't happening right now, and then you basically miss what is happening right now. So for example, if you are at a restaurant with your family and your friends, and you're on your phone busy scrolling, and you're busy, doing something that actually could wait for another time, you're not being present, right? So that's another example of not being present. If you're sitting in bed stressing at night about everything that you need to do tomorrow, you're missing out on the present moment when you could be, going to sleep. Or if you are in a conversation with someone but you're not really listening to them because you're thinking about something that happened yesterday, you're not being present with that person, you're not being present in that conversation. So this comes up in a lot of different ways, but we often thinking about the past, or we're thinking about the future, and we are not being present in the moment. And so we end up missing what is actually happening moment by moment, or even day by day, depending on the extent to which you spend your time and your energy focused elsewhere. So what that really has taught me over time is that really all we have is the present moment. And so right now I'm speaking in the present moment, and you are listening to this in the present moment, even though when you're listening to it, it's not really when I'm filming it. So this is like a timeless, I suppose, transmission of energy. So I've really learned how to be present in the moment, and how much that has helped me, because it allows me to not occupy my thoughts with things that I can't control, which is the past and which is the future. So I can't control either of those things. All that I can control, or all that I can focus on right now and give my energy to, is what I'm dealing with right now in my present reality. And when I stopped thinking about the future, and when I stopped thinking about the past as much as I used to, it brought me a huge, huge amount of calm and peace and clarity, because it allows me to use that energy for where I am right now. I used to spend so much time consumed in thought, worrying about the future. I used to be a very anxious person. I would worry about everything. I would try to control everything and plan everything. And it would leave me, depleted and drained and I wouldn't be living my life because I'd always be in my head. And that took my energy away from where I was being in the present moment. So another thing is, if we are always distracting ourselves and if we're always trying to escape the present moment, usually we have some kind of pain that we may be avoiding to feel. And so that is what makes it difficult, you know, and so then we don't want to be present with those difficult feelings, and so we try to distract ourselves. So there's many different reasons why people distract themselves, but if this is something that you do, then just be mindful of it and maybe practice something that will allow you to be more present. So mindfulness is a practice that allows you to be more mindful of what it is that you're doing and being present in the moment with what it is that you're doing. So if you're eating, don't scroll on your phone while you're eating. Sit down and really focus on eating, focus on enjoying that meal, focus on being present if you are eating with someone and have a conversation with them. Be present in your day-to-day life. And being present is actually very powerful, because when you're present, there's a liberation of energy. Your mind isn't busy somewhere else. You're in the present, and all your energy can go to being in the present, so you can focus on what you're doing. And what I've noticed is that being present is actually a bit of a superpower, because when I'm nervous, or when I need to do a presentation, or when I need to go into a difficult meeting, then being present is always something that allows me to go into that situation and handle it as best I can. And if it's a presentation that I'm doing, what I've noticed is that being present allows me to tap into flow states. And if you tap into flow states, things get so much easier. When you're doing a presentation and you're in flow states, it's just so easy, and things just flow. Things just go exceptionally well, and I've tried this time and time again. So one of the biggest things that I've learned in terms of being present is that it's basically just about where you're putting your attention and not allowing yourself to get wrapped up in your thoughts. And so something that's helped me to develop present moment awareness has definitely been meditation. And meditation is like, the essence is being present with your thoughts, being present with whatever feelings come up for you without judging it, you know. And obviously, you know, the aim is to focus on your breath and try to get to that place of stillness. But the whole objective of meditation for me has been to develop that present moment awareness and to be present with myself in that time, to be present to the extent that I am just very aware of everything that's coming up without judgment and without trying to do anything else, really. So it's been a very powerful practice for me, and being present in itself has been incredibly powerful. I just wanted to share that today, and that's my video for today. So thank you so much for being here with me, and I'm sending you so much peace and love.